What's up, y'all? This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and welcome back to a new segment. I'm trying some stuff out. All right, trying some new stuff out. Okay, this is a tarot channel, but you know what? Let's expand. Let's expand. If you ever seen my videos, then you know that I talk a lot about certain TV shows and characters that I watch that could be like coming up and stuff, right? So I have been obsessed with Janet and Jason from The Valley in like the most unhealthy way possible. I mean, if you've seen The Valley on Bravo, then you know that this show it's meh, it's when it comes to like the drama and stuff, right? But these two, Janet and Jason, they keep up so much nonsense. It's ridiculous. Like, let's just start with season 1, okay? So I made some notes here, bear with me. And let's just talk a little bit about who it is that Janet is, okay? So Janet was a former executive assistant, okay? I think she said she worked with like Cameron Diaz or something like that, or like some of these celebrities. I don't really know. But she was now and she kind of was brought in kind of like a fan, a Bravo fan, a fan of the show, of like, I think the Vanderpumps or whatever. And her husband, Jason, he's a lawyer, and he is, in my opinion, like, I don't want to say too good for her, but like, I don't know. I just think he's half black and he's half, I think, Korean or something. I don't know if it's been proven or not, but I just find him to be a little more, like, he's a 9 and she's more of she's a plain Jane, and I just would feel like, I don't know, but I ain't gonna talk about that lady looks like that, because what he like and he love who he love. And if somebody told me that my man was a fucking 4, and I'm like, I don't care, I love him, that's all that matters. So I get that part, but I don't see it. They don't even seem like they have a lot of shit in common, but it don't matter, because they are just now becoming the villains of the show. They just wrapped up season 2, and just like the way that they have been portrayed from season 1 to season 2, and then at the reunion, did they have a reunion for season 1? I don't think they had a reunion for season 1. I think it just kind of, no. But season 1, Janet was, she was messy. She's always been messy since the show started, in my opinion. But she was more like in this, it wasn't so obvious. Like, she wasn't the villain yet. She just had like a different point of view on certain things. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't seen every single episode, but I've seen enough to fill in the gaps, okay? So she was a new mom. She was trying to, like, she was just doing all of this stuff. She was really not that interesting, but she was pregnant, so I kind of gave her a little bit of grace, you know what I mean? So there's that. But also, after she had the baby, I guess she lost all that baby weight, because in the reunion she was like, she looked good. I'll say, you know what, Janet, I'm gonna give you your flowers, because I'm not that kind of bitch. I'm not gonna just hate on you for no reason. I have to admit, like, I wasn't a big fan of the dress with the little pasties on the boobies. I think, and I guess we're getting back into like the 90s thin look, where, not necessarily overly exaggerated features can still be attractive. And I like that, though, because, all body types are valid. So, Janet, you did good. You was okay. Like, your outfit wasn't terrible. I mean, I think Jasmine needs some help getting her shit together. I mean, she looked cute, but like, she just needs a little more. In my opinion, Jasmine could have brought it a little bit better. Kristen was pregnant, so that's okay. Nina was also pregnant, and she looked like she was carrying about 50 babies up in her. It was, Michelle could bring it a little bit more. But she had like that little jumpsuit. It don't matter. I ain't even talking about them. I'm talking about Janet and Jason. So season 1, Janet, she was more friendlier to the people, right? So she wasn't doing too much. Now in season 2 is when she got I got that check came in, and she said, "New check, who's this?" And like, her and Kristen were just like, it was a By season 2, it was apparent that Kristen and Janet were just not going to be friends. Zach was trying for some reason to be her friend. I don't know why. I would never try to be friends with a bitch that had me on speakerphone with 2 other punks cackling in the background, because like that was so mean. That was so fucking mean. Like, I just don't like that. Like, that was just that's so like middle school to just, yeah, and y'all big ages, because y'all gotta be at least 40 or close to it, if not over 40. That's too much. Y'all older than me acting like that shit. That's weird behavior, Janet. And then you had Jason, right? So Jason, to me, he was always like the voice of reason. Season 1 especially, he was more grounded, he was calm, and he was more kind of like a... And just the thing about this show is that the husbands keep up mess too. I haven't seen that before on these shows, where normally it's just the women and the husband just kind of be there. Like, you know, like on the Real Housewives, like they'll do like the 3-part reunion. It'll be the girls, and then part 2 or part 3, they might have the men sit behind them like they did on Roa. I only watch Roa. I never really watched the other ones because, you know, I'm surprised I watched this. It took, my friends had to drag me into watching this, because I typically, to be honest with you, I don't typically watch like shows like this with white people. I'm just saying, I just really don't. But nothing against it. It's just not something that I think that would ever like call out to me. But they were like, no, watch it. I was like, girl, I was like, what is this nonsense? Yeah, play the next episode. Then I got home, I was like, continue, like we'll keep watching this. Thank you, on demand. So like now, Jason is more, in season 2, he's a little more with the shits with Janet. Except we gotta talk about the Luau, because the Luau, man, at that Luau, he looked so butthurt. If you go back and look at my other video, like when he got when they told them about, you know, Kristen getting engaged, and you can see Janet was just all like visibly upset, and she was like, well, now it's gonna be all about Kristen, this is her engagement weekend. And then Jason's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, this is still like, no, it's not. Like, she got, girl, we are in Maui. You gonna let that's the thing, you gonna let somebody getting engaged ruin your fucking trip in Maui? Do you know how that is I've been to Maui, and let me tell you something. That is a life-changing environment to be in, especially for people like, you know, I was blessed to have a friend who lived there and allowed me to stay with him, because there was no way I could, at that time, afford to be out there for that long of period, like 10 days, right? What a very kind and loving friend. Shout out to Phil. I love you, dude. You just gonna let somebody ruin that? Like, girl, I would never get nobody that fucking much space in my mind. I would never get nobody that much space in my mind to ruin a trip like Maui. And you with your husband, you already married, so what did you like? I could see you could be a little more jealous maybe if you didn't have a husband, but like, quite as a kept, Janet, you got the cutest husband on the show. I mean, they're not bad to look at, they're not unattractive people, but like, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe I just like melanated men more. I don't know. I just felt like the rest of them just look like regular white boys to me, for real. No tea, no shade. Jax, you know, he toxic as hell, but I guess because he got all those muscles. I don't know, but Jason just looks the more like, oh, okay, he's like normal looking, hot, like not over the top, like, you know, Jax and Danny being that boxed hair dye, like, cause there's no, your hair black as fuck, and you gotta be all about 45, almost 50, and your hair that black. Stop it, Danny. Stop playing with me. Stop it, Jax. Y'all leave that box dye alone. Okay, keep it on Janet and Jason. And he got the little, what they call it, the little temple grays. I don't know. I like that as I get older. I'm like, I can't wait. I got a little pad right here. It's coming in. I'm getting there. I'm getting my grown man. But I'm telling you, that luau moment, I felt so bad for Jason. You could tell he really wanted to go down there and kick it with them. He wanted to be like, I want to go down there and see my friends. She was like, we just ordered takeout. And he was like, no, nigga, I don't want no motherfucking takeout. Like, I want to go down there and like, and I'm telling you, Jason, I would have went down there. I'd be like, you know what? I'm finna go down there anyway. And I'm finna go down there. I'm finna get some chicken. Oh, you want me to bring you back a plate or something? You want me to bring you back some coleslaw? Like, what you want? I'll bring you back some chicken wings. Like, shit, I'm finna go down there and say hi at least. Shit, fuck it. Let me go see, no. Who he friend with? Jax. Oh, no, Jax couldn't even come there. Jesse. Shit, he could still holler at, them. I don't think Jason cared that much. He'd just be co-signing for Janet, because Janet just likes to be so self-righteous, so self-righteous. Like the level of self-righteous, it started to show in season 1. Like, she had to try to call Kristen a Karen or something. I don't even know why, insinuating that she was like, conservative or something. I don't even know. See, here's the thing with Janet. You could say Janet's like, okay, you know what? I'm not feeling too good. I think I got allergies. Oh my God, you have COVID? You fucking over here spreading COVID around and you didn't even fucking tell anybody? Girl, I said I have a cold and some allergies. How the fuck? She escalate things for no reason. Just for no reason. Like the whole thing with Janet, certain languages that she was using around Danny's situation with the booty grab gate. And she called him that he had SA. And I was like, girl. Andy was like, so grabbing someone's butt is SA? Well, if it fits the definition, bitch, go on somewhere. Because that really bothers me, because that's the kind of shit that gets people who have been in actual situations. That's where we start to like, we don't need to focus. We need the people who have been actually in these situations. They need to stay protected. And we don't need to start like trying to throw people in this category that they don't belong in. Jasmine, you know damn well that was not that. And you should have fucking said something then, because side note, let me get in Jasmine's ass real quick. I'm not gonna grab your booty though. You are a fake flip-flopping bitch, because you was so cool, okay? Now, when you was showing Nina and Danny the house, you ain't give a fuck about him grabbing your ass then. When you was showing that too small fucking little ass house that you knew that damn well they was fucking, their family was too big for it. But you want to get a little commission mission. And I get it, hey, you gotta make your money. But come on now. And they was playing in your face. Talk about some, he's like, Daddy was like, this house is so small. And he was like, stop it. It has legs. We can grow in it. Talk about something, we could take this wall down. Like, bitch, if I got buy a house and then got to turn and take a wall down. Come on now, bitch. Ooh, you could buy this house, then you can take down this wall. Heifer? No, I just bought this house. I'm not going to start taking down walls and shit. What was the point? What would be the point of buying a house and then you go start demolishing it and taking down a house? Like, girl, unless it's a rehab house, but it wasn't. It was just too small. Like, go on somewhere, Janet. You just be talking, or not you two, but Jasmine, fuck your name is. You just be talking, and then you want to hook up with Janet on this like booty gate thing and start riding that again because you need some more relevancy. But Janet, you just be grabbing on the shit and it don't even click. It don't land. And then you talking about someone being like a SA or abuser. That's defamation, bitch. Your husband's a whole fucking lawyer. Like, you would think, Jason, you started getting dumb. Like, I don't know what you did. Maybe you just like, you got like coerced into like, Janet was probably like, listen, you gonna come on here and you gonna fucking co-sign and you gonna agree with me and you're not gonna make me look stupid. Because if you notice, she says something, Britney said something about, before we got on stage, she said, you're gonna take my back. And then she was saying something like, talking to Kristen, like, I take Janet's side because, basically insinuating Janet is weak And Kristen, you don't need no help defending yourself because Kristen she got them hands. She will get active if she needs to. Luckily, she's pregnant. And at the beginning of the reunion, and you could tell Kristen don't really give a fuck about Janet. Not for real, for real. She noticed the switch up, and she was like, okay, you moving different now. So I'm just gonna move around. But she took that little apology and she said, here you go. Here's that little piece of apology. Whatever you need, I'm pregnant. Girl, you're not even worth it. And then the way that Janet thinks that these people, I think Janet has an overinflated sense of self-importance when it comes to some of these people. For you to sit up and think that like Kristen is going to be so traumatized to see you and Jason at the luau for her engagement just completely mind fucked me. Because if all the things that she's thinking about, I don't think you nor Jason would be that bitch. You already there. They already know you coming. You've already been there. Like, it's not like you just popped up out of nowhere. Like, you just came to the island. That was the first time they saw you. Girl, you've been there. You've already had the little y'all all done checked in together. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you just be saying stupid shit. Like, you just say you jealous and you don't want to be happy for her. And like, you don't, for you to try to make it seem like you're doing like this bigger, I'm just gonna be a bigger person and just not go there, because like, imagine her just like having this really great moment and then seeing something like, girl, she don't fucking care. I mean, are you that fucking petty? Wouldn't you even, okay, that, what a wonderful way to like bury the hatchet at that fucking moment. That would be an opportunity to be like, you know what? I know we haven't been in the best place, but I just want to celebrate you and Luke, and I just want to let you know that, you know, maybe we don't always see eye to eye, but I can still appreciate what we did have as a friend, and I could be happy for you. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who I wouldn't say that we were like, you know, we fall out or we fell off or we just lost connection, but I could still be happy for people, even though we're not the closest of friends. You don't have to be, well, you did something a long time ago and now I just hate you forever. Grow the fuck up. Like, grow up. Please grow up, Janet. Because Jason, you could tell Jason is like, he just don't know what to do, because deep down he knows what you're saying don't make sense. Because the way, and Jason, you look really stupid, and I like you, and I really wish you would stop doing stupid shit like standing up behind Janet, but that's your wife, and I guess and like the whole getting the ring tattooed, like, that was so fucking boring. That was boring energy. That was so boring. Like, you so, like, okay, maybe you, it's just crazy. But the whole Nia and Danny were like, yeah, you guys have changed. Like, you acting like all weird and shit. And then Janet, you coming for Nia. Nia sat there and told y'all how she grew up and was living in the car in a homeless shelter and all this shit. And you're like, well, she only said that to like make it seem like, to get us off of talking about, you know, how they don't share anything with the show and the show protects them, and like not to address the whole Danny thing. It's like, girl, like, nothing is ever good enough for you. Nothing is ever good enough for you. Like, you are a very miserable person, and it's so obvious to see that now. And I don't know why I'm fixated on like trying to understand you. I think it's because you remind me of people in my family that do the same type of negative behavior and shit. And I think I am somebody who wants to understand how do y'all operate with all that hate in your heart, because it seems like that would just be so like, like, imagine having to be like angry and like self-righteous all the time. Well, I mean, don't do stuff like that. Like, girl, shut up. Like, they over here trying to like fix the relationship, and then you want to chime in. Like we just said, why are you being in? Like, why are you getting into it? Exactly, Kristen. You bad for, like, why are you getting into it? Why? We over here talking about whatever. And then you want to talk about just go throw daddy into it. Like, what? Booty gay. Nia, like, don't even do it. Don't even do it. Because Nia, like, but girl, Nia, y'all on TV, so y'all need to pop off on TV. don't know what it is. Janet, you fucking suck. And people like Jason. You know, the only reason why Jason is likable because Jason comes off as like authentic. But for some reason, he's attached to you for some fucking reason. I do not know why. Like, his whole storyline is wrapped around being your fucking white knight. And you know what really pisses me off is people like you. It's because you fucking you escalate shit, and then when somebody calls you out for it. And I think She's Speaking also said this too. And I like when I watch these other channels like She's Speaking and then Bros and Shows, when they start, okay, yeah, you see it too then. Okay, cool, because I thought I was the only one. But when I go back and look at the other reviewers, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you saw that too then? Okay, cool. Okay, you clocked that too. Okay, cool. Because they're like, she's just miserable. And it's like Jesse is also kind of annoying, but not as much as Jason. But Jason, you're actually a really cool person. Like, I could tell that, like, you actually, and just keep going back to, like, I just can't help. If y'all go back and look at that luau scene when they was in the hotel while Britney was getting ready, Jason wanted to be like, I'm going down there, and like, you can sit up here by yourself and be all mad and shit. Go back and look at it. I'm telling you, go back and look at it. Jason looked upset. He wanted to go down there and hang out with them. He didn't want to sit in that room and be miserable with you, but he did it because he's a good husband. But you can't even let that go for one night to just celebrate. They weren't even down there that long. It seemed like everybody was tired. They had been day drinking all day, so they just want to do a little luau. The only one who was like giving all that energy was fucking Zach. And he do too much. Like, you need to just calm the fuck down, dude. Just like relax. Like, you try to make people, it's like you just, I could tell what that is, Zach. You don't have enough self-love, so you try to do a lot of big things to make people feel like you try to buy your love from people. So let me be like the bestest friend, like, girl, if Britney and Janet have a friendship and it's a solid friendship, that ain't got shit to do with you and Britney's. And like, I could tell at the pool, Britney was like, why are you, nigga, I've known you for like almost 15 years or 17. So what she said, she's like, me being Janet's friend ain't that big of a deal. You over here crying and shit. Like, calm the fuck down, dude. Like, you see, that's the kind of shit, Zach, that's the kind of shit that start to make people be like, you a lot. You are a lot, but you need to just calm it down some, dude. You ain't gotta do all that. Britney is still Britney's still gonna be your friend. You don't have to do all that crying and shit. Just let it go. Okay? You'll be okay. You'll be okay. And Janet and Jason, I just want y'all to like, cause y'all getting to this point now where you can either try to come back from this villain road that you're trying to go down and just say, you know what, upon reflection, I've taken some feedback from the people and I just kind of want to move forward. Like, I want to bury the hatchets. I don't want to have to be, fighting with Kristen. Kristen's a new mom. And so, there you go. That's how y'all can repair your friendship. You recently just had a baby. She's having a baby. You could be there for her, help her out, give her some hand-me-downs, help her with the baby stuff, give her some little mommy tips and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, you just want to hold on to shit that most people don't even think about. Because, like, why in the world are you and Jason so concerned with Danny's drinking? Did he grab your booty? Well, at a Super Bowl party, there was a girl. Shut up! Stop talking about shit that didn't happen on camera. Because first of all, if it's not on camera, that means it's not relevant enough to make it to the show. So focus on what's on the show, okay? Now, if there were things that didn't make it on camera that were really important, they would have brought it up. Like, they do like the little flashbacks of some. You talk about shit that's not important. And you don't talk about anything that involves you. You always talk about other people's stuff. All you do is misdirect, deflect, and project. That's all you do. That's all you do. Other people's shit. You don't never talk about you. You want to call Nia and Danny out for not bringing anything to the table, not having a storyline. Your storyline is throwing other people's storylines out. You think we ain't know that? That's your storyline. Your whole storyline is throwing people's storylines out and throwing people under the bus. Or having a birthday party at fucking Dave & Buster's at your big age. My birthdays. Girl, what was you doing having a birthday party? And not even like, because you know they have food there, so maybe I could have ate and they got the little power play pass. That'd have made some sense. But y'all was just, I didn't see y'all eat nothing. I didn't see y'all had no fucking salad, no side salad, no nothing. I didn't see y'all eat shit. You was over there with your fanny pack for God knows what, to hold the tickets. Don't they put the shit on the card? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, you just you just be doing too much. Because what you had the fanny pack, I just remember that. They don't even give you tickets. It's all credited on the fucking card. So what was the fanny pack for? They don't have fucking coins. So you just be doing shit. You just be doing shit for no fucking reason. Now, upon reflection, I did notice you had that fanny pack on. But ain't a fucking coin operating machine up in Dave & Buster's. Not the one that I know, unless you had some ghetto janky ass one in the valley. But I don't think they have ghetto janky shit in the valley. I ain't never been there. But Jason, I just feel like you really are just, you're gonna miss out on some good opportunities because you want to be tired but crazy. I don't know. I don't want to wish bad on nobody's marriage. I hope that they get this shit together. And I don't want Janet to be a villain. I think Janet is acting for the TV, and I think because there's no way that this is the person that Jason married. Because I don't know, maybe I just want to believe in Jason so much. I might have some blinders on, some rose-colored glasses, some melanated-colored glasses or something for Jason. Because I just don't see him being like this oblivious. Or like this on board with her constantly attacking Nia. Of all the people to attack, Nia ain't never did nothing to nobody, not never. Now, she might cuss out Danny 1 or 2 or 3, 4 times, but I don't think so. I think Danny probably. That's another one I'm gonna have to get a deep dive on, Nia and Danny, because there's something there. They weren't wrong when they said that Danny Darko. I peeped that spirit on him in season 1 too. I did. I saw a little glimpse of it when he was sitting there. When he's sober, he has like this look on his face that is like. Is part disgust, part annoyed, part angry, part confused, and just something tells me he ain't one of them fucking kids. He ain't one of them kids, not like that. He probably did, but he probably like, I'm telling you, because the way he constantly bring up 3 under 3, now we're 4 for 4. I don't know, man. These people, they be telling themselves, anybody that keeps saying the same thing over and over again, it's for a fucking reason, bitch. I'm not saying he don't love his kids. I'm just saying having 4 kids under 4 is a lot. And I know they used to rich fucking people with nannies and shit. And, Maria, can you come take the kids, please? Or who was that, every time Cruz come in the room when Jax, she'd be like, go take Cruz to the park so I can cuss out Jax real quick. I'd be like, you better, Britney. Don't you ever have your kid around that shit. And if you can afford it, do it. But I don't really understand the whole, it's a little tone deaf to most America to be over here whining about, raising your kids when you got nannies and million. I mean, I get it, whatever. Maybe I don't get it. But yeah, that's my take on Janet and Jason. And yep, that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys later. I'm probably going to do another video on Nia and Danny so we can unpack that, because there's something there too. All right, like and subscribe. See you later.